Hello.
Good morning. Happy day 30.
Happy day 30.
Woo, 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 woo. We are really excited we did it. This was a very big challenge, especially the last week, the short and shitty week. Whoa. We're really excited. We did a 30-day, in case you haven't seen any of the other videos, 30-day raw food juice fast. We did eat raw food. I think we would have had reached our weight goal if we just juiced. But because of the line of work we're in, I'm not sure if that really it's an excuse or not. It was very difficult to only juice. There was a few factors. I'm not going to waste time with circumstances and whatnot. But all in all, we were very successful. Very, very successful. 30 days ago, if you didn't start this with us, you didn't lose 20 pounds or 21 pounds either. She lost 20, I lost 21, which I'm shocked because she was losing weight faster than me throughout the whole time. And
I lost 10 pounds
both of us, our last week, we came to a screeching halt with 2 pounds for the whole week. Which that's fine because I'm really excited. I'm 212 pounds. I started at 233.
I'm 207.
And she started at 227. So we're really, really, really excited. And we want to talk about what's to come. We're going to keep up this group. I'm going to change the name of the group to... I don't even know. I'll figure it out. I'm going to leave it until I figure out a really jazzy name. We want to talk about what we have planned and what we didn't do and what we used to be like and what we could change about the future, because our goal is to continue to lose weight at 2 pounds a week. We'll probably have to make adjustments. This is a learning experience. It's like gardening. You know, you plant some things that's supposed to be in season and it gets scalded or whatever. You know, we got to keep learning. And one of the really happy things, I'm talking fast because we've been making videos that are like 30 minutes long. One of the things that we discovered, we both like to eat really well and really rich foods. I got that from eating in very expensive restaurants as a young child and realizing that as I was a slave to wages, that I was not going to be able to afford to eat at these restaurants without really hurting my expense column. So at an early age, at around 17 years old, I started working for chefs in my local town in East Hampton and getting as much information out of them as possible about how to make really delicious food, because I like to eat 5-star food, so I can cook really well. What we've discovered that with the raw food and the juicing fast, we have really come to appreciate the actual flavor of the food and not just the sauce we put on and not just the amount of spice we add. I'm not knocking spices at all, because spices will help suppress hunger and they're good for you. They're generally herbs that are very good for you. But it's when you're disguising the actual flavor of a food that it becomes a problem instead of accentuating it. You know, if you want to really taste oregano, you should probably have an oregano tea to get the full effect. Cilantro should be juiced in bunches, a whole bunch, or made into a pesto sauce so you get the salation therapy and the heavy metal detox. So anyway, so we're really excited about how that's changed our taste buds, and we are ready to have less rich foods to enjoy, because we really are looking forward to cooking, and we've made a decision that we are breaking our fast with dinner tonight. So far we've had an orange and some water. We got a little bit of juice that we made yesterday. We're going to finish up. I don't care what you say. She can't drink. I can jug anything. That's from me being a complete raging alcoholic throughout my 20s. So it doesn't matter what it tastes like. I can jug it.
I can't
This kid can't jug it, but that's okay.
I can't jug the vegetable juice.
She can do the fruit juice.
I can do the fruit juice.
We're also going to make some like sherbet, I guess you'd call it. Some
It's
fruit,
like a smoothie frozen.
a frozen smoothie, and we can eat it like ice cream. We did do that last week. Fantastic, no sugar added, just a couple of fruits, and wow, I loved it. I loved it. She barely got any. We also want to increase our exercise. We did get back into yoga, very lightly though, and we've made some discoveries about yoga. It really helps our body feel good, and it opens our spirituality to levels that we didn't expect, and we are sure that that had to do with getting in connection with life force in the raw food.
Yep.
So we're going to do more yoga. I have a strange sprain in my leg. I don't know what it is, and I'm going to be careful because I have a labor-intensive business, and I need to be perfect for that. So we're going to continue doing yoga and try to step that up a bit. We're also going to take a daily walk, preferably, I think, in the evenings, whether it be before dinner or after. We're also not going to eat past anything cooked past 8 o'clock. We have always been late eaters. We're going to, if we can't seem to break that past 8 o'clock habit, we're going to switch to raw foods after 8. We are also, our diet ratio is going to be 90% vegetables, 60% raw. That means we will eat 10% meat, not necessarily every day. We would prefer to keep meat on one day. Make that the day that we can drink beer. Make that the day we can just eat meat. We want to really limit ourselves on meat as far as making sure our fish is wild caught. We want to make sure that our beef is grass fed, and we want to make sure that our chickens are free range. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but that's fine because we want to start eating meat like the rest of the world. I've said that before. And not every day. Americans are dying because meat on a large scale is caustic to your system and will cause cancer. It will build up in your intestines and give you colon cancer. The amount of the amount of antibiotics make the any kind of diseases that the meat can have resistant to antibiotics, and God forbid you get it. And the growth hormones, we obviously don't need any growth hormones. I mean, Sara had, she was a vegetarian until she was 3, and she had boobs. As soon as she started eating meat, she had boobs by the time she was 5. Okay, when did you get your period? 11?
I think 10.
10.
When did you get yours?
I was 11.
Okay, then I got mine years before.
Okay. That's really early. And just think, her first 3 years were vegetarian. So, amazing what comes out of that. What else do we want to talk about? I don't feel that we drank enough water in our fast. And again, that might have contributed why we didn't hit the pound a day that normally happens on a juice fast. But we did drink a lot more than we normally do because we didn't have anything else to drink. I'm a beer drinker. I would say that I was at least drinking a 6-pack of beer 5 to 7 days a week. Now, I've discovered that was before the fast. I didn't drink any beer or coffee during the fast. And I'm not going to today, and it's not, I'll explain that. But when we look at the financial aspect of beer, I drink imported Mexican beer because it's the only thing that has not aggravated my hemorrhoids. I had a really bad hemorrhoid attack last year, and I quit drinking coffee and beer for a while and ate nothing but collard green soup for probably a month before I could get it under control. I missed a week of work. And when it was time for me to drink beer again, the only thing that did not hurt me was Mexican beer, whether it be Dos Equis or Corona, whatever that means. I get cheap and decide to go buy a 6-pack of Bud Light. I know it. So, say I bought a 6-pack every day for $8. That's $248 a month. Say you like wine and you drink one of those small liter wines every day, and say you buy a $9 wine, which would be probably a $15 bottle of wine in a restaurant. That's $279 a month. One thing that's occurred to me, based on the amount of financial, I'm going through a big financial change. Both of us are. We've started our own business, and we're determined to make ourselves very wealthy people in many ways. And we are starting to learn about assets and liabilities. And liabilities are things that don't pay you. So from that standpoint, $248 or $279 a month is not going to happen. If I could take $279 every single month and invest in a multi-level marketing company, you're talking residuals. Okay? So really think about that when you go to pop open a beer. Are you going to be able to pop open a beer once a week and spend maybe $8 a week? Or is it going to turn into an everyday habit again? If you see that happening, go back on a fast right away, even if it's just for a couple of days. Or consider maybe that you're having a drinking problem. People drink to escape. I drank for the taste of it. I really love the taste of beer. The side effect was catching the buzz. And what I miss about drinking beer is the taste still. I don't think I'm going to enjoy getting a buzz, because I'm really enjoying this awakening. Coffee. Coffee is going to be probably a little bit difficult. I had no problem not drinking it for the 30 days. It's kind of like when you know you're going to drink it again, you didn't quit, so it doesn't really hurt as much. I'm looking at her leg. She's poking her leg. So we're seeing something. I'm not sure how that's going to be handled. I definitely know that I love coffee, and I really think I need to invest in the future along the way a barista so I can grind my own organic beans and switch from the non-dairy creamer, which I know is pretty nasty, although bugs will eat it, so it is edible, to I've heard really wonderful stories about vanilla coconut cream. I think I'll give that a shot. If not, if I can't really get to black, if I can't really break free of that creamer, then I think I'm just going to have to let it go for a longer period of time, so then I eventually can enjoy a cup of coffee, because it's really, coffee's not bad for you on a certain scale. The way I drank it, I drank a pot a day before I went anywhere, before the fast. I also, as most of you know, I'm an artist distributor. I don't actively pursue that business, but I do really love their compression garments, especially the Body Magic. When I worked at Publix, when I was a wage slave, that saved my life at that job. I never went to work without one. Never. Not since I joined, not ever. And I saw a lot of advancements with the Body Magic as far as the way I looked and the size clothes I was wearing, but I really didn't see any loss of pounds. But I was also drinking a 6-pack of beer a day, a pot of coffee, and eating a lot of fried food. So once my sunburn, you'll see in the pictures that we're going to do for our before, our last week. I got a really nasty sunburn last week, and so when that really stops being so red and stops screaming so loud, I'm going to start wearing my compression garment at night when I sleep. So I'll be wearing a Body Magic long at night to help me along. I also have one that you can fit into, Sarah, probably, if you want to wear it at night. I know it's hard. It's hot. We don't use AC. It's hot.
It's hot.
But actually, the Body Magic is meant it really does have good breathability in it, so it's not that bad. I'm going to try that. I know that I've seen the Impatient Dieter on YouTube. Look her up. She's the bomb. She's so funny, and I guess she gets a lot of haters. And she uses compression garments every night. I think she is a distributor for the Firm, which is another compression garment company. Quality counts with that. You do your experimenting. I'd rather spend $140 on a Body Magic than risk $80 on something that won't work.
Is that it?
No, it's not really it. So we're going to go back over what our goals are. 2 pounds a week.
2 pounds a week.
90% vegetarian. 60% raw. No eating after 8 o'clock unless it's raw. If we can't help it, we grab celery stick. That really makes you think of wings. She discovered that as a great...
I was in the mood for buffalo wings, and I said, screw it, I have a celery, and I felt like I was having buffalo wings.
It really did. So that's really awesome that we're really recognizing. I mean, celery, people say, celery is so good for you, it's not funny. It's the main ingredient in most colon cleanses, just so you know. So eat it, juice it. We're going to add more water.
Yes.
We're really good on days that we work. We will go through a gallon each. We really should be drinking probably a little more than that, especially now that we're going to cook food. We are going to use dairy products because we still love cheese.
Cheese.
We'll see how that goes.
I love cheese.
We love cheese. So if we see that we're gaining a pound a week or not losing a pound a week, then we're going to have to cut back on cheese and make that a part of the cheat day. Another thing, during the week, if we have, we're not going to limit ourselves on fish. If we run into an abundance of fish, we're going to eat it. It doesn't matter what day of the week. I do not categorize that with a regular meat. It's not a red meat, and it's certainly not a farm meat. I do not suggest you eat farmed fish.
No.
You study it.
Study it.
Study it.
It's disgusting.
Unless you're doing the farming yourself. If you're a permaculture professional and you have some aquaponics and you're using tilapia to feed your vegetables, then you could probably get away with it because you're not adding anything crazy.
No.
But when they start living in those farmed environments, if you go to North Carolina, you'll see them everywhere. They're full of antibiotics, and that is no good. I'm sorry. We're going to probably combine. We're going to probably be a lot more Mediterranean on the Greek side than we are normally Italian, because I have previously a very high acid diet, and I'm pretty sure that I should be having a more alkaline diet. Probably too with Sara. As you can tell, our metabolism is not wonderful at this point, because really if we had a normal metabolism at the time we're pretty active. We do a lot of work. We probably would have lost more weight, so we have to really tune in that metabolism. I remembered something from my past when I was younger, that I discovered the greatest weight loss I ever saw with exercising was with weights. So we're going to, as soon as possible, invest in at least in a couple of dumbbells and start utilizing some weights to build our lean muscle mass to help us burn fat faster. And we're not big on aerobics at all, but our walks will probably turn into jogs, and our jogs will probably turn into runs, as long as it's healthy for us. Our bodies are made for walking. But there are societies that did running for years, and that's how they traveled, and it didn't hurt them. So it's all in how you look at it. So that's pretty much what we're talking about. Anything you want to add, Sarah?
I'm excited that we got to lose 20 pounds, 21 pounds.
I'm really proud of us.
Me too.
That was hard.
And how many pounds do I have to go? Let me see.
You're 207? You don't have much.
207, take away 120. I want to be 120, 125.
120 is a good
So
goal.
I'm going for 120, and I have 87 more to lose.
Do my pounds.
Oh, okay.
I'm at 212.
212.
I want to be 120.
She's got 92.
92 pounds. We are both under the 100-pound mark. I really think that this is really amazing. We're going to go with this for 30 days, or we'll adjust as we go if we find ourselves running into trouble. We're going to, you're going to get sneak peeks, because me and Sara are putting together a beautiful cookbook for Nana's Garden, because we need to develop streams of income. And since I'm such a good cook, and Sarah's a good cook, we're going to start putting together some stuff. We're going to have vegan recipes, we're going to have vegetarian recipes, and we're going to have good old American recipes, plus some ethnic. We really love Mexican food, we love Greek food,
Greek,
and Indian food, Thai
Jamaican.
food, Jamaican. I mean, we want to have a couple of everything. So we want it to be a universal cookbook that anybody could pick up. Somebody that's a diehard fruitarian could pick it up and want to share the recipes with their friends. We're really excited. So we look forward to sharing with you some sneak peeks at that. We look forward to sharing our experiences with you. And we're going to keep posting. We probably won't video as much, although we haven't really gone crazy with video. Maybe once a week. We'll talk. I think once a week is good. We'll talk about what we did that week. In the meantime, we'll post up different recipes that we used. And kind of like how we did, you know, just little insights of how things are going. We would love your participation. Really, really love your participation. But if all you want to do is watch, go ahead. Because that makes us happy too. So tell them, what are we making tonight?
Oh my goodness. We are making tonight a vegetarian lasagna.
Lasagna rolls.
Lasagna rolls. So you take the pasta roughly thingies, and you roll it up with some mushrooms and feta.
I'm going to do mushrooms, garlic, artichoke heart,
and stuff.
And maybe a skim ricotta or a feta probably would be really good in that. With a little bit of sauce and some mozzarella cheese on top. A lot of cheese. A lot of cheese.
Really?
But we miss cheese, so we're going to have some.
Yeah, some cheese.
And we miss pasta because that's our thing.
Oh! And soon I will be making Jamaican patty.
Yes, I found an awesome vegetarian recipe. I think it's even vegan.
Vegan, yeah.
Yeah. For our vegetarian Jamaican beef patties.
Because we love
vegetarian
Jamaican patties. Arsenio gets these. Well, there's a nasty frozen processed stuff.
The gross stuff.
It's really good. Not for you, but it tastes good.
Right.
So I was thinking, instead of, what if I want to get pizza rolls? If I want to get pizza, frozen pizza? If I want to have Jamaican patties? If I want to have all that fun stuff, might as well make it myself.
We need to know how to make it. Because you know what, guys? Part of what we're doing, especially with the Nana's Garden, is we're learning about self-sufficiency. What happens when the freezer is no longer working because the grid is down? How the heck are you going to make pizza?
That's why everyone's freaking out.
Okay, when we lose those comfort foods, we're going to see some problems. So we encourage self-sustainability. The less we are reliant on packaged, frozen, nasty foods, the more we're going to enjoy the flavor of the food we are making, and we could make homemade versions. Jamaicans did not make beef patties for all these years using triglycerides and freezers, okay?
No, they use beef and bread.
So
Or flour.
It's a flour. There's special little things. That's
like
interesting.
Arsenio, he makes really good beef lasagnas too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So those things, you know, I want to continue for the rest of my days, as long as I can, enjoying things like pizza.
Mom makes some good pizza, yo.
Some good pizza, yo.
We get
and
that.
I make
We
some
get
good
the
calzones.
dough. Or she makes the Philly, the Philly stuff. With the
I make a Philly calzone. That's insane. I will
it's
show
like
you how
this
to make
big.
that with buying
Where
dough,
is it?
and I'm going to learn how to make dough. I don't know how yet, but all the other ingredients are mine. Let's think about it. If that were to be, the person that wins is the one that's prepared. I'm not saying be doom and gloom, but I'm saying get prepared, get your body healthy, get ready. We have to be able to handle toxins, and if your body is abused by processed foods and the fluoride in the water, you're not going to be able to handle any toxin that comes at your way. That's why people are getting skin cancer. The sun is one of the greatest sources of vitamin D. There is nothing bad about the sun. But because our bodies are so full of crap and not enough vegetables, because the vegetables, especially the green leafies, help us fight any kind of harm that could come from the sun.
And sunscreen doesn't help.
And sunscreen's just a
makes it
toxin.
worse.
So if we're not able to handle the toxins that are coming into our lives, how are we going to survive chemtrails? How are we going to survive radiation from Fukushima if you're not eating shrimp? They got you freaking out because the Gulf of Mexico is loaded with oil, so you can't eat the shrimp, and then they do that. Think about it, guys. Let's get it straight.
That cute face.
It's time to become powerful again. We are free, beautiful people. And if you're a slave to the grocery store, you're a slave to your job. And if you're a slave to your job, you're always going to be a slave. When the job's gone, then you got social services to think about. And then when you're on social services, they systematically take away your constitutional rights. What do you want to be? It's all about that. From food to growing your own, to shopping locally, keeping people that are growing the food open. Okay? Alternative currencies, barter, trade, service, help each other. You're not going to have the energy to do all those things if you're eating McDonald's. And if you're eating McDonald's, you don't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Just forget it. Just go ahead and eat McDonald's and we won't see you around. Okay, I'm getting a little crazy. Okay, happy 30th. We are so
30th.
excited. We're going to break up fast with mushroom lasagna. I'm going to put zucchinis in it.
So we gotta get cooking soon.
Yeah, because after 8, so we have that dinner served by 3. So if we want seconds, we can let it sit for a while and we can have it
Can we
later.
have, say we eat dinner and stuff, can we have some, like, vegetarian stuff?
We could have vegetarian subs. We don't have any money to buy any, but we could.
Ew, excuse me.
So that's that. So we're learning, and as we discover to learn some things from scratch, like breads and doughs and pastas, then
If you know anything, give us some stuff about it.
share links.
Junk.
Because we got a lot of learning to do. Because I like food, and I want it to be good for me. So
yeah.
on to the next 30 days. Ta-da!
Bye.